Back with Marty Biron to break down the Oilers-Canucks series. By the time the puck drops for Game 1, Marty, Edmonton will have been off for basically a week, 6 days. Florida also had a 6-day layoff before round 2. They got blown out by Boston in Game 1 of the second round. So if you're Stuart Skinner, is there such a thing as too much rest?
I don't believe so. I think this is a luxury for Stuart Skinner to be able to reset the clocks, work on your game, work with your goalie coach. Listen, you don't get that many practice days, especially in the playoffs. And right now, if you're Stuart Skinner, you don't want to be on the ice for an hour and a half, but you want to be able to spend 25, 30 minutes with your goalie coach before practice, get through the technical elements, the structure, get yourself ready, and then you do 25, 30 minutes with your team, and then you're done. But when you're playing every other day, you don't get that luxury to go on the ice with your goalie coach that often. So, yeah, I understand that not playing for a week, the screens, the deflection, the speed of the game may be an adjustment, but I think it's more beneficial to be on the ice. And if you look at Skinner this year, when on 5 or more days of rest in the regular season, he's 2-1-1 with a .948 save percentage and a goals against average of below 1.5. So he's performed well on rest this season. So I think that this bodes well for him and the Edmonton Oilers to have had that rest, reset, work on structurally what you need to work on, and get ready for Vancouver.
And I think Oilers fans are going to like those numbers. Now, on the other side of this matchup, the Canucks made it past the Preds despite scoring just 13 goals in their 6-game series. For context, the Oilers scored 22 times in just 5 games. So what's the bigger concern for Vancouver here, Marty? Stopping the Oilers' offense or getting their own offense going?
I think it's a bit of both, Glenn. But if I had to focus on one thing, I think it's getting their offense going, because when they had Thatcher Demko this season, the offense was a different type of game. They scored more. Just simply, they scored more. They played better. And all you got to do is look at the defense. You look at the defense with the Vancouver Canucks. They were 3rd in points this year. Only the Oilers and the Colorado Avalanche had more points by the defense. Well, right now in the playoffs, the Vancouver Canucks are 9th in scoring by defensemen, right? Because they had to worry so much about playing defense because they don't have Thatcher Demko, that they didn't generate any transition chance. They didn't create any offense. And that's against the Nashville Predators. Imagine now you got to face the Edmonton Oilers. You got to worry so much more about your defensive game. This may even take a bigger hit. So, I want to say the defense is going to be important. But if you can't score and if you can't get your defense to joining in on the action, you're not going to be able to beat the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, this series gets going tomorrow night in Vancouver. It'll be the first meeting between the two teams in the playoffs since 1992. Thanks, Marty.